Check, 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 check.
Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen,
check.
we are live.
I might have stepped on it. Might have been me.
Check, check, check. Caged Aggression 24, Night 2. Let's get it started, fellas. Woo! My name is Jeremy J.D. Dorsey. Tonight, I have commentary with my man, the henchman Jordan Hinman, and also the legend, Zach Mickelwright, picking up that legendary status on the second night. But yeah, we had a great first night last night, fellas, and I am even more excited for this second night here at Caged Aggression 24 Champions, put together by the man, the myth, the legend, also the legend, Mike Goodwin. So let's get things started. Making his way to the cage, Kazim Khan, 5'8", 135 pounds, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Minnesota Martial Arts Academy.
That's
Traveling
a
little
camp.
bit away, man.
Yeah, that is a long ways away, and that's a great camp to come from. You know, they've been around for a really long time. A lot of great fighters have come from there. Actually, fighters that have come and cross-trained with us at Militich long ago came from there and, you know, commuted back and forth to get good training. Those guys are that's a pretty amazing camp up there.
Now making his way to the Caged Aggression Octagon is Ryan Houston, 5'10", 135 pounds, fighting out of Rawai, Phuket Land, and Summit Training Center, and man, Vichanchi Muay Thai Gym. Now, I would say that I knew exactly what that was going to be, but I don't know the pronunciation on that because this man has been in Thailand for several months.
He is Mr. International right now. He
yeah.
has been over in Thailand, as you said, for quite some time, and he's had several Muay Thai fights over there also.
Yes.
So Ryan Houston's looking to make his professional debut here tonight, and he's going to look to put on a show for his hometown fans here in the Quad Cities.
How do you think he feels coming back? Like, this is the first fight back, pro debut. Like, that's a lot to be on his plate right now, but I can only imagine how excited he is.
Yeah, I don't think it's got a lot on his plate. He's already dealt with a lot of adversity just over the last few months of literally changing homes all the way across, you know, a huge ocean into a small country like Thailand, and adapting to their customs and their traditions and their way of life, and fighting while training. Like, it's not like he's just over there you know, getting some practice in. So then he has literally had a few bouts, so he is fresh, he is sharp, and he's going to look to get his first win here tonight.
He's got to have loads of confidence and loads of hunger to come back here and put on a show and show us the skills that he's learned over the last couple months.
And just following him on social media, he is very confident right now. I know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Bantamweight Division, powered by Lalo Kennels. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 136 pounds. He trains at the Minnesota Martial Arts Academy and is sponsored by AlphaWare, GNC, and Live Well. Joining us from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Kazim Khan. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 134 pounds. He trains at Summit Training Center and Vichanchi Muay Thai Gym, and is sponsored by Yabba Dabba's House of Glass. Joining us from Rawai, Phuket, Thailand, Ryan Houston.
Kazim Khan in the red corner, Ryan Houston in the blue corner. Your referee for tonight's action is the boss, Bruce Allen. Jeremy J.D. Dorsey here on commentary, along with Zach Mickelwright and the henchman Jordan Hinman. Let's watch some fights, fellas.
Very calm and collective looking is Ryan Houston. Obviously comes out in that Muay Thai stance, probably looking to do some heavy damage. There's the kicks.
Good kick, but a good counter by Khan.
Yep, and we was talking about that kind of last night, how guys aren't really letting other fighters get off with those free shots, and or they like to counter back, and you kick me, I kick you, tit for tat, sort of.
Yeah, both guys looking very calm right now.
Good takedown by Khan.
Nice level change and into a double, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, he might have gotten that takedown just because Houston was standing so upright in that traditional Muay Thai stance. You know, sometimes that can be a Thai fighter's Achilles heel. You know, you're really susceptible to getting taken down when you're in a stance like that, real heavy on your back foot and your lead leg out in front of you like that.
Absolutely, and you can tell that because there wasn't really much of a setup to that takedown. It was just a simple level change and then into the hips of Ryan Houston, and he got him to the mat.
And Houston wasn't ready for it.
No.
But, you know, Houston is no stranger to the ground. He's very good on the ground. Hopefully, while he was in Thailand, he didn't abandon his ground game altogether. Hopefully, you know, he stayed sharp with his ground skills, and we'll be able to see something good come out of him on his back here.
I'm sure preparing for this camp, he did hit some grappling while he's out there. I know Steve Carl, he's in Thailand as well, and he's been out there for quite some time, and he still does jiu-jitsu, and they have gyms out there available. So I'm sure he's worked on all aspects for this fight here tonight.
Here, Khan is doing a really good job, just keeping his hands off the mat, head in the center, keeping his weight down on top of Houston, so he's not able to create that space and throw up submissions. And good stand-up by Bruce.
Not a whole lot of action. Not a lot going on. Khan wasn't looking to really advance his position or posture up and really do any sort of damage. If he'd have thrown a right counter kick off of catching Khan's, man, it would have been a good night for Khan because he'd have got blasted in the face. Another level change and gets Houston back up to the cage. Inside trip,
Nice
gets him back to the
inside trip
cage.
there. Way to stay committed to that trip.
There we go. Stay busy from the bottom. Try to box those ears. Try to make him uncomfortable and find a way to get your hips moving and an underhook and or push off the hips with the feet and get back up.
Yeah, and it's Houston's debut for his, it's his pro debut, and he's getting real comfortable with them elbows from the bottom already.
That's good. It's one of my favorite things.
It's underrated for sure.
Absolutely. It does not feel good if you're the top guy to sit there and get spiked right in the top of the head with elbows.
Or even the top of the shoulder. That can give you a little dead shoulder.
Clavicle area, anything, because you can attack the clavicle now. Khan just kind of comfortable just sitting there, and I don't know if he thinks he's just winning based off position or what, but he's not trying to pass. He's not trying to posture up and do any sort of damage. Here he goes to elevate his hips, but I'd like to see him get his head up and start raining down some big shots.
Yeah, very poor posture by him, and years ago he could get away with winning a fight by just staying in a position like this, his head buried and body head, the typical stuff that you were able to do in 2004, but you can't do that nowadays. Bruce will stand you up, and people can win fights from their back now.
Or yeah, because you see him,
really
he's
active.
staying more busy from the bottom than Khan is from the top.
For sure.
But Khan
he's landed way more strikes.
Good awareness though, because in a man's guard, you either want to be all the way in or all the way out. You don't want to play the middle ground. Sometimes people, when they posture up, they kind of stay in that middle ground, and that's the range for submission. So he's doing a good job of staying down, but he needs to be more active and at least try to pass. I mean, Houston's guard keeps coming open, and that's the perfect time to pass, and he's just kind of just content with sitting there.
Yeah, he's not doing anything to advance his position. I'm surprised Bruce hasn't stood this up already.
No, I'd like to see Houston start fishing with them legs or something. Start stuffing the head, wrist control.
Create some space and
get some wrist control. Maybe try to trap
go
an
for
arm.
a sweep or something.
And there it is, into the first round. I wouldn't say really a lackluster first round. I mean, there was an attempt of some damage and strikes from the feet, and Khan just seemed comfortable with just trying to get the fight to the mat and kind of just hang out there.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting round for the scorers and the judges to see. exactly what they felt like, you know, or who was winning that round, you know?
Yeah.
Because Houston did a ton of damage from the ground.
Yeah, and based on
back, I should say.
and based on the knowledge of the judges tonight with the new scoring system, top position doesn't automatically award you the win of the round. I mean, you have to do damage, you have to be active, you have to be the aggressor, and it just seemed like Houston was more of the aggressor from the bottom.
All right, here we go with round 2 in this first matchup here at Caged Aggression 24 Champions Night 2 between Ryan Houston and Kazim Khan.
Nice head kick to start the round.
There you go, Ryan.
Good counter by Khan. I think Houston's a little too worried about using his kicks. He should set it up with some punches.
Yeah, definitely. It would be nice to see a little boxing, you know, brought into this whole game plan of Ryan Houston, and it would definitely set those kicks up a little bit better.
I mean, Khan can see those kicks coming from a mile away. He really needs to set it up with some punches. I mean, I bet you Houston's thrown 2 punches this whole fight so far.
Yep, and Zach, as you know, like no blind kicks.
No.
You set your kicks up with your punches. Otherwise, it's easy to time. It's easy to catch them and get you down to the mat when there's nothing in your face to keep you from knowing that kick's coming.
Houston's doing a good job creating space with his forearms and then trying to work them elbows in.
Yeah, he's got an opening with that right underhook, and there he goes and digs it in.
Use your hip into him, turn hip to the cage. If he's going hard, you got your inside trip, throw it. With your hard, use that inside trip.
Dominic, yeah, and Houston tries to listen to his corner. Dominic Martin calls for a whizzer and like a hip toss inside trip, and he attempted it, just unsuccessful. There's Khan again,
Good shot
last
by
double.
Khan.
He's committing to his shots, man, and he's getting him to the ground.
Oh.
I mean, it's a smart tactic from Khan, especially knowing that Houston is coming from Thailand. He's going to want to keep it standing up. If Khan is comfortable on the ground, it's pretty smart to have him on the ground there.
I'm glad to see him finally pass. I know that.
Yep, absolutely. I was just going
And
to
he
bring
can
that
pass
up.
all the way over into side control if he wants. Houston's guard's wide open. All he has to do is step over.
Yeah.
And instead he tries to pass through the mount and get stuffed back into the guard.
He's got himself in a pretty dangerous position right here, and Houston's
There's a
got the triangle
locked up,
there.
but Houston needs to grab his shin and pull it down into the crook of his knee so he can really finish this.
Yeah,
And he's
he's
starting to
got
cut a corner already. So he can elbow him. He has him locked up, but he needs to get 2 hands up on the back of the head, keep Khan down, and pop his hips in to go ahead and finish off that submission.
There he goes, reaching up and sinking that in behind his knee.
And there he goes. He puts the hands on the back of the head.
Gets an angle. Now Khan's got to keep from getting his arm across to his right. But now he's got it.
Yeah,
This
definitely
is a
trying to-
dangerous position here.
Yeah, trying to punch out of that is not
There
a
it
good
is.
idea. And there's a tap. Great job being nice and patient from the bottom. Maybe he knew the whole time he was going to be able to catch a submission, and he just did a little bit of damage, softened him up for a little bit, and then found an opening and got his triangle.
I love hearing from his corner and Dominic Martin yelling at him like, hey, we're on the ground now. You might as well go for a submission. Go for a submission.
Right, he walked him through it, and he stayed very poised, very calm off his back, and he was able to secure a nice submission victory here and get his first pro win.
Yeah, and just like I said in the first round, you know, he's very comfortable on the ground. His uncle is the triangular strangler. You know, he's no joke on the ground, and we finally got to see his potential in the second round.
And a good show of respect between these two warriors.
So yeah, interesting seeing Houston come, you know, and from Thailand and end up winning this fight with a submission, which is probably one of the things he probably didn't work on very much over there. But obviously he still has that talent that he held over from here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second into round 2, declaring your winner by submission due to triangle, Ryan Houston.
There you have it, Ryan Houston, your winner here at Caged Aggression 24 champion.
Thank you, sir. All right, here we are with tonight's winner, all the way from Rawai, Phuket, Thailand, Ryan Houston. Ryan, coming all the way overseas, I know you wanted to put a lot of that stand-up that you've been learning and honing in on out there in Thailand on display here tonight. Got to see a little bit of it, but going back to your roots, getting things taken care of on the ground tonight, why don't you real quick walk us through the finish?
I didn't really have a choice to use my submissions because he was a better wrestler. So he took the fight where he wanted it to be. It just it ended in my favor.
Very good, very good. And obviously making the successful professional debut tonight, let us know what's up next as far as the journey for Ryan Houston goes.
I'm gonna focus on celebrating tonight and waking up tomorrow, hopefully not too hungover.
That sounds like a plan. Anyone you want to thank before we let you get to it?
Yeah, thank you so much to all the fans and my friends and family who came out and bought tickets. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. All my teammates from Big 5, Summit Training Center, here in Iowa, and then Vorvachanchai Muay Thai Gym back in Rawai. Thank you guys so much. And lastly, my sponsors, Yabba Dabba's House of Glass. Thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time on a successful professional debut, Ryan Houston.